John Calvin on Psalm 98. O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvellous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory. The Lord hath made known his salvation, his righteousness hath he openly shewed in the sight of the heathen. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise, and rejoice, and sing praise. Sing unto the Lord with the harp, and the voice of a psalm. With trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before the Lord, the King. Let the sea roar, and the fulness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Let the floods clap their hands, let the hills be joyful together before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. With righteousness shall he judge the world, and the people with equity. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him. God hath manifested his salvation in a singular and incredible manner. For having spoken of marvelous things, he represents this as the sum of all, that God had procured salvation with his own right hand, that is, not by human means or in an ordinary way, but delivering his church in an unprecedented manner. Isaiah enlarges upon this miracle of God's power. Quote, "The Lord looked if there was any to help, and wondered, but there was no intercessor. Therefore his own arm brought salvation, and his righteousness sustained him." Unquote. Isaiah 59, verse 16. He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. God, having spoken of the general manifestation of his salvation, he now celebrates his goodness more particularly to his own chosen people. God exhibited himself as a father to Gentiles as well as Jews, but to the Jews first, who were, so to speak, the firstborn. The glory of the Gentiles lay in their being adopted and engrafted into the holy family of Abraham, and the salvation of the whole world sprung from the promise made to Abraham. The psalmist therefore very properly observes that God, in redeeming the world, remembered his truth, which he had given to Israel, his people, which implies that he was influenced by no other motive than that of faithfully performing that which he had himself promised. The more clearly to show that the promise was not grounded at all on the merit or righteousness of man, he mentions the goodness of God first, and afterwards his faithfulness, which stood connected with it. The cause, in short, was not to be found, quote, out of God himself, unquote, but in his mere good pleasure, which had been testified long before to Abraham and his posterity. The word remembered is used in accommodation to man's apprehension, for what has been long suspended seems to have been forgotten. Upwards of 2,000 years elapsed from the time of giving the promise to the appearance of Christ, and as the people of God were subjected to many afflictions and calamities, we need not wonder that they should have sighed and given way to ominous fears regarding the fulfillment of this redemption.